Hey, it's Lee, and today we're talking about some scary stories. And today's scary, very unfortunate story is about the Gore Orphanage. The very sad story of the Gore Orphanage. If you are a little hesitant towards scary, trigger warning, there is mention of neglect and abuse towards children. There's mention of fire. There's a lot of things that do need a trigger warning, so go ahead and close out of this now. I am not forcing you to watch this. I'm sorry, there's people in the other room, a little bit loud. I have no control for that. So go ahead and close the video if you are a little squeamish when it comes to abuse, neglect, fire, just very sad, unfortunate things. Death, that's also mentioned. So go ahead and close out this video now. I'm not gonna make you watch it. So we're gonna start off with the people that made the orphanage. These are the people that made the orphanage. I have my computer right here that I'm gonna be looking at to read through this, all the notes that I took. So these people that made this orphanage always had very bad luck when it comes to business. Their first business that they ever had together, it is a couple. The first business they ever had together was a small, like a mom and pop gas station. Burnt down in a fire, very mysterious fire. The second job that they made together was a church place thing. It was a place of worship where you could go to worship people. And sorry, I keep looking up. I'm sorry. It burned down in a mysterious fire, and then they built an orphanage. Once again, that burned down in a mysterious fire. So then they moved all the way to Ohio, and it says right here in this article, they decided to build this orphanage on a plot of land that had also had fires mysteriously. Knowing this, they decided to do it anyway, even with this land's history. So knowing this land's history, they're like, perfect place to build our new business. Let's do it. This creepy haunted land, perfect. We're building it here. They did not take no for an answer while they were building this. Originally, it was called Light and Hope Orphanage. But the title of the orphanage slowly changed as it was built on Gore Road. Now, this name is going to start matching this orphanage very fast. So like I said, the name changes to Gore Road Orphanage, but they took the road out and just called it Gore Orphanage. Now let's get on to the history of this land. Back in the late 1700s, sorry, I cannot talk. Back in the late 1700s, there was a man there that lived with his kids, and his kids did die there. Mysteriously, his 5-year-old daughter passed away on this land. Not being able to live with himself on this land, moved away after a fire, which is what killed his daughter and his son. I'm sorry, I can't think. Yeah, his daughter and his son died in a fire. He was very badly injured, but after the fire and they rebuilt it, he could not live there as he was worried that his children's spirits would not forgive him for staying there. So he left very fast. He felt the need to leave very fast. So he left, did not stay there very long. And then it was sold the property to another family, who then had 2 fires. One of them killed their 16-year-old daughter, and then the second one about 2 years later killed their 21-year-old son. This was a very unfortunate story with this family because they ended up staying there and buried their children on this property because they couldn't bear to part with their children. As they lived there, they decided that they also could not live with themselves for fear that their children would not forgive them for staying on the property that they died on. They wanted their children's spirits to be happy, and that was one of her things. She would set extra place settings at the table for them, and that's normal, but she would pass the food to them, put the food on the plate, and the plate of food would sit there for days. And cops were coming to the house thinking that someone had actually died in there because of the odorous smell that was coming from the dining room, which was right inside the door that they always kept open. So police had showed up a couple times being like, hey, there's someone there here, like, what's going on? Why is it always smelling in here? And eventually they left because police were very much harassing them. Oh, also she would put the kids to bed. She'd light a candle and go, come on kids, time for bed. And then she would tuck these kids into bed. The kids were not there. The kids had died. But she still saw them there. And it was a very sad story. But people chased this couple away. Then the next couple moved in with their orphanage, and orphanage obviously didn't do very well. The kids were served hog's head, deer hoof. Sorry about that. So they were forced to eat hog's head, deer hoof, and grossest of turtle shell, and grossest of all, mice eyes. That just, ugh. That's what they were forced to eat. That's all they had to eat. That's what they were given. And obviously, kids were killed in this place. Very sad. And eventually, surprise, surprise, cops did show up. But at the time in Ohio, there were no laws saying that what they were doing were wrong. They gave the kids beds, very rickety beds, like mattresses, that had rats living in the mattresses. They gave the kids beds, water, but it was dirty water, and food. Bad food, but it was still food. And they would only bathe once every 2 weeks, and the girls didn't get to bathe. Only the boys got to bathe, but they never changed the bath water, and they shared the bath water. Technically, they weren't doing anything wrong at the time. This was back late 1800s. Eventually, of course, there was a fire that killed all but 2 girls and 3 boys. And then the boys and the girls then went to stay with family members, or some of them were even kicked off into the streets, and some of them were just killed. To this day, they say that the people living on Gore Road, you drive down that road and you will see shadowy figures of children that didn't want to die, but kind of were forced to, especially the kids that were drowned in the creek right across the road. My cat just jumped up on the table, so you're going to start seeing him in a second. I'm just going to keep going. And very shortly after that, people were starting to report hauntings and very scary sightings. It's not the best drawing, but this is my drawing. So this is my drawing based off the story. I tried to make it look very bad because my cat is right here. Excuse you, sir. It was a very bad time, so I wanted the drawing to look bad. This is the whole, oh my goodness, you're so needy. This is a whole feeling like the whole place is always just crumbling. Hands reaching up because there were people trying to save these kids, and then the kids that got trapped in the fire. And then a cloud that's just over it. Thumbnail time. Okay. Thumbnail. Oh. He's so needy. You will be seeing more of him. He's my little scary story buddy. Okay, well that will be it for today's video. If you want more videos like these, I will be happy to make them. I love telling scary stories. I am actually going to a little shout out, and then my shout out don't mean anything. I am a new YouTuber, but I'm gonna give a little shout out to, you're freaking me out here, buddy. A little shout out to Jessie V. Go check out her YouTube channel. I got this story from her, along with this little article right here. Jessie V tells some awesome stories, and I will be I am so sorry. I will be telling more stories that I find on her channel, but I am going to give her credit. Also credit from figureitoutweb.com is where I got my information from. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. It always helps me out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to comment down below if you want more videos like this, and I will be sure to do it. Let me know if there are any stories that you would like me to tell, and I will definitely do that. But once again, just leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your notification bell on. It always helps me out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.